Now then, how you doing? Bit of a video on a non-video really, because a couple of things just to cover off. Number one, well, I haven't done a video for absolutely ages. Well, it feels like ages. It feels like ages to you that I haven't posted. So, yeah, just a bit of a brief sort of catch up really on what I am covering. A couple of things, what I'm doing now. Where Kits for Kids is as well. Got to talk about Kits for Kids. And what's on the bench next. So, because I have got choices and I don't really know what to do. You can see, I'm hoping you can see, because I'm trying something new tonight. I'm hoping you can see up here this tiny little thing. I've just looked up because that's where my other camera is. So this is the Revel 1 in 32 F4G Wild Weasel. Now, I suppose you're looking and you're saying that's quite obviously not a wild weasel, Mark. Well, you'd be right, it's not. And that's because I saw a photo online that I was looking at, and I just sort of fell in love with the scheme. Then we went to the Bolton show and I started looking for a decal pack for it, couldn't find one. Looked online and asked about like you do, but they were coming out at absolutely stupid money, like $48.99 for a decal pack for a 1 in 32 F4 Kai Samurai, which is what this bluebird is sort of representing, if you will. So if you're a rivet counter, look away now, because you're going to be saying that's wrong and screaming at your telly box. However, it's the colour scheme really that I liked the most, and the sort of the decal art as well that I've done a little bit of ad hoc with. Okay, but we'll get to that later. The reason that I can't show it completed now is because I'm still waiting for the cans. So, long story. Shall I tell you a long story or a short story? I'll tell you a long story. So, this is the third version of this kit that I've built, right? So, number one, I put the cans in. This is a store and it's all about the cans at the arse end. So, I put the cans in. Great stuff, no problem. Then I built another one, but I wanted it up in the air. Now, I'm not sure if you can see it. I don't know if that's it or if it's behind my head. I think it's sort of up here somewhere where my finger's pointing. And I wanted to mount it on some brass rod on quite a tall stand as well. I'll see if I've got a picture of that. But with the cans there, I ended up getting some fittings from like Wix or B&Q or something, putting them into cans, obviously rattling around because they're not quite the right dimensions. What can I fill that void with? Sprogo, let's have it. And I absolutely caked it in. I wished I'd kept the exhaust. Look at me smiling. I wished I'd kept the exhaust, because they literally went, no, go Alex. You're putting a hot sort of solution into plastic. I'll tell you what I'm going to do, mate. I'm going to melt all over. And that's literally what they did. So I had to toss those two cans. Meanwhile, I got this bird, this one, okay, and put the exhausts, not in this. I put them back into the ones that I'd ruined. And meanwhile, I'm sort of tapping away thinking, you know, somebody come out with some aftermarket type resin type, you know, kind of cans that I can buy. Contacted my mate Sean up at SGS Models. Thank you very much for investigating, sir. Unfortunately, the ones that are available are I think the res kit burner cans, and they're like 40 quid. And I'm like, no, I can't believe this is happening. So I took one of my Phantoms to Bolton. No drama there. Both cans. Keep up with me on cans. So up to this stage, I've not built this one. So I've got two Phantoms and only one set of exhaust, because one's in the bin and it's melted. So I've got two good cans, right? went to Bolton, put them back into me cabinet F4, no drama. Came home, emptied the car, left it a couple of days like you do, da-di-da, took the box out with the Phantom in it, one can. Where's the other can? Can't find it anywhere. Look in boot, Mark. I've looked in, but I went a bit David Brentish there, didn't I? Sorry. Look in the boot. Looked in boot, not there. Looked back seat, no. Under front seats, no. Lost a can. Where have you lost it? Well, if I know that, I'd go and find it. So you tell me. So now I've got 2 Phantoms. Don't forget, leave this one. I've got 2 Phantoms with 1 exhaust, right? So I've got an F4 in the cabinet that's got no exhaust. I've got an F4 up there that's got these exhausts mounted in. But so forget them because they're glued in properly now. And I've got this Phantom with no exhaust. 1 Phantom we done, forget that. 1 Phantom in cabinet, no exhaust. 1 Phantom here on my bench, 1 exhaust. So I need 2 for that one and 2 for this one, and I've got 1. Fuck. Right, so I'm down to Trev then, aren't I? Trev is Sesco and Emsworth Community Scale Model Club 3D printing guy. And I'm like, right, Trev, here you go. What can you do with that? Well, I have got a scanner because I've got this new piece of equipment and I'm trying it out. So, text it, tries it out, phone him up the other night. Trev, how we doing, mate? How's my exhaust? I'm sure that you've printed me 3 sets off by now. No, mate, the scanner can't get a pinpoint on it, so it's like, you know when you've seen them programmes on telly where you've got a bloke, and I think it's against green screen, and they have these sticky balls on them so that the laser can pick up the outline type of thing. Well, that's exactly what kind of scanner that Trev's got, and because it's only that big, that it just won't pick it up, so he's like adding little bits of blue tack. He's done, I think he's done 1. He's just had a week off work and filled his boots with Trev stuff like you do. And everybody else can wait. I absolutely appreciate that because, you know, I'm pretty much bit same. Mate, I'm having a week off. Last thing I want to be doing is stuff for other people. However, phone him up the other night. I'm like, Trev, how we doing? And he's like, yeah, made a start, can't quite make it work, try my hardest, leave it with me, da-di-da. So I've got to leave it with him. In the meantime, the people that are watching this, and I'm 8 minutes in, are going, hey up Mark, why don't you just email Revel and say, you've lost your cans? So I've done that today, right? Dink, dink, like you do, right? So they're on sprue I on this particular kit. So I've emailed Revel and said, is there any chance that you can get me, send me some spare cans? Okay, so that's where I'm up to this. You can probably see this bird up here because I'm looking up here and down here. And for sake of argument, I am just going to whip it. Oh, now you can see it on that one. I'm just going to whip it over, look, just so that you can see the payload on that. And rest it on its tail. Massive fuel tank, 2 other fuel tanks, and I do believe that these are some kind of anti-radiation type missiles. I'm not big on it. I love building. I haven't got a true passion for researching every nook and cranny about what I'm building. I like the look of it. That's what I'm building. Okay, but that's the underside. Lots of streaking effects going off, etc, etc. Not that you will ever see that because I won't be going to shows and turning it upside down and saying, look at how good these streaking effects are. Isn't it funny when you've got a kit and when you're sort of throwing it together? I'm just going to pop it over there out of the way so that my bench is nice and clear. When you're building a kit and you're sort of like throwing it together and getting glowing on one thing or another, and it gets to a certain point, it's like, right, that's it, just be really, really careful. You know what I mean? And that's it. Now, so that's that one. Let me have a little think. Kits for Kids. Kits for Kids Project 2023. Me, Luke, Graham and Stuart, Black Rifle Model Works. Avion in Wales. Fred Foot, Models United up in Scotland. And Clive Brewer down south. So on the Wednesday the 18th of January, I'm looking up here because that's where my calendar is. It's taken me 18 days after Christmas for the cogs really to sort of like start kicking in. And we've launched a Just Giving page. I ought to put the QR code down here. I wonder if I've already done that. Forward thinking, you see. And if you tap on that, you know how a QR code works. You scan it. You can't scan it on telly that you're watching. Scan it on your phone. Put this on your telly and scan it on your phone. Or buddy, your lass's phone. Or your spare phone. Or your tablet or whatever. Scan that code. That will take you to Kits for Kids Project 2023. And it will take you directly to our Just Giving page. Now, today is Saturday the 11th of February, just after tea time. I'm full of chicken and chips. And I think that the amount raised so far, and I have to do it off memory, is £2,690, 2690, and that's out of a £5,000 target. So £5,000 target, obviously £5,000 will enable us to buy 500 kits. Fingers crossed, hopefully. I hope Airfix are in production, because we'll be coming knocking, saying we want, 300, 200 of these and 200 of them and 100 of these, and did I go above 500 then? And we're going to distribute those kits around hospitals for kids who are in hospital over Christmas. What a shit thing that is there. Put my swear word in. What an absolute shit thing that is. Let's put some passion into this. To be in hospital over Christmas, I mean, Jesus Christ. Look, whether it's for tonsillitis or, what we're looking at. So, December, there's always some arsehole that makes kids old, not makes kids old, fireworks, but, firework accidents and kids who've got long-term problems, kids who are really ill, but the common denominator here is kids. I think I said on my other video, which I watched back to myself the other day, and I never even finished this sentence off. I had my tonsils out when I was 14, and my mum and dad, bless them, my mum, she brought me a model in to a hospital because, same as what I said then, when you had your tonsils out, you were in for 2 weeks. And so I distinctively remember them having them out, I think I was 14, because so that's when I must have been building back in the day. And I do remember it because I remember looking around the sort of, the room that you're in. I'm churning now, but listen to me anyway if you want. And seeing this nurse come round for this sort of like 7-year-old tablet. What's that for, missus? It make you feel woozy. Right, brilliant. Tablet, next bed. Tablet, next bed. Got to me, big fuck off needle. Swore then, didn't I? Big needle. Pull your leg out, Mark. Straight in thigh. Jesus Christ, that hurt. I can remember even now. And I know I was 14. So that's when I was building back in the day. And to be in hospital over Christmas, obviously, look, the majority of people have got the friends and the family, and whether they've got a pot on, a cast on, or, something slightly more insignificant, right up to the kids who are literally, I won't say fighting for their lives, because I'm not going to give an Airfix Spitfire to somebody that's fighting for their life. But, you know what I mean? Somebody that's in there and it's like they've been in for quite a while, and it's, in this day and age, 2023, it's all about gadgets and computers and tablets and TikToking and swiping and all this sort of stuff. But the whole point of this is so that these kids have got something that they can put together in space, you know, an hour or whatever. No glue, no paint. Started the quick build kits, and then you know, they can do it with the mum, the dad, the brother, sister, auntie, uncle, carer, social worker, nurse, doctor. Not that they'll have time, but do you know what I mean? That's the whole point of this exercise. £5 by the 18th of November this year. Which, because cut off, I'm looking up here, 18th of November, that's cut off for money coming in, and then for the next 2 weeks we can really try and negotiate some great kits and start to sell up, you know, this is how many we need, and where are they going to send them, and where are we going to store them, and how are we going to distribute them out then, because it's all time and money. But as a group of people, me, Luke, Graham, Stuart, Black Rifle Model Works, that's 4, Ev, what am I on about? Ev, Fred and Clive, down south, 4, 5, 6, 7 people, between 7 people, and Ange as well, my sidekick, don't forget my Ange, we're going to distribute these kids out to hospitals. Okay, so that is Kits for Kids Project 2023. QR code, please give it a scan. Now I've told you the story now, so now you know the story. I'm not going to tell you all how it came about. I'm telling you that side, right? Why we're doing it. Okay. I've got, I think, 800 subscribers on my YouTube. 800. I mean, Jesus Christ. 800. Do you know what? If every single one of you that subscribe to my channel give £1, right now, would be 800 quid up, and you would be putting 500 smiles on kids' faces in December 2023. That's how I look at it, you know. And just giving as well, it takes PayPal. So you don't have to get all your bank details out, right? It's just PayPal, quid, done, zipped it off. And when you look at that amount of money, £1, £5, £10, whatever, in the grand scheme of things, when you are upstairs and your last shouts and she goes, Steve, we're out of milk. You go to the shop, don't you, and a 4 pint of milk, £2. Get a loaf while you're there, £1.50. I'll pick 4 cans up while I'm here, £4.50. I'll get 20 Bensons. Do they still sell 20 Bensons? They must be 10 quid now. I'm not asking for you half your wage, right? I'm asking you to think, go on, couple of quid. It don't matter, does it? Couple of quid. I'll do it on payday. What are we on today? 11th. I'll do it. I'll get paid at end of month. Yeah, I will. I'll do it. Please do it. Please do it. Please put a little couple of quid in. £1, £5, £10, £50, ooh, £100, oh, or £2,000, which is what one of my guys did. And Andy, we're going to have you on telly soon. Thanks for that. You don't have to put £2 in. You can put a couple of quid in, all right, and you'll make it worthwhile, all right. Stop that. So that's Phantom. That's Kits for Kids. While I'm at while I'm at Telford last November, had a good walk round. There is a video down there of my little experience. Okay, and I'm not looking for a kit, even though I took a fair crack of cash. I weren't looking for a kit. You've watched my videos in past. I've got to love what I'm building to even contemplate buying it. If I've got nothing to build at all, and I went to a show tomorrow, and I just thought, I don't really, there's no, out of all the kits that are on sale, if there's nothing that's caught my eye over the last couple of weeks, excuse me, I would literally come away empty-handed, because I've got to want to build the subject that I'm doing. Same as the Phantom there. I saw the colours. And I thought, God above, that looks so tasty. I've got to do it. And luckily, Dave Jackson, salute you, sir, he threw me a kit. So, while I was at Telford 2022, I walked around with James Banff a little bit. Didn't spend long enough with him. And we ended up at the Airfix stand, and we were both literally drooling over the new 1 in 24 Airfix Spitfire. And even though I got enough money to buy it, there was just something that stopping me from doing that. However, when my brain is split into like the different compartments of work, wife, kids university, dinner money, PE kit, ironing shirts, all in his trousers, I need something for my dinner for work, da-di-da-di-da, right in back of here, since November last year, Spitfire, Airfix Spitfire 1 in 24, won't go away. Now, as it happens, I watched a video the other night of, I love saying this, my mate Greg, who's just done a 1 in 72 Hurricane, which turned out absolutely cracking, but he's done the invasion stripes on it. Now, when we're talking about something that inspires you to do something, I've had it myself. I built the CH-53, the helicopter last year, and on the comments on the video, I've had that in the stash. You've inspired me to build it. Oh, I really want to make a start on mine now. And sometimes it is just that tiny little thing that will give you that, oh, I want to do that. And that's cracking. Okay. Once I'd seen that Airfix 1 in 24 Spitfire, I thought I definitely want to do it. But not yet. Then I watched Greg's video on the Hurricane and thought, I need something to do with invasion stripes. I need another invasion stripe bird. What could I possibly get? This is like Thursday. And I'm chatting with guys online, not like that, right? Literally every night. And my mate Dave Hasslehoff, he says, you still after that Spitfire, Mark? And I said, well, I am. Yeah, but, you know, there's just, I need a push just to sort of like push me over the commitment line to say, yeah, go on, I'll get it. He says, well, I've got it and I'm not going to build it, mate. I'm going to put it up for sale. I'm like, put brake on, cocker, have a minute, right? Have I got 80 bar spare? Because I think Dave paid 80 quid for it. Yes, I've got it. I said, do you know what? Let's pull the trigger, Dave. I've wanted it, mate, for a while. So let's pull the trigger. So, there you go. That's the one. And if I put it that way on, it's probably going to be back to front and upside down. I'll spin it round that way. That might be a little bit better. Wait there, let me just put my glasses on and have a look up here. It's back to front. But I think on my editing I can switch that round. There has been, obviously, hundreds of people, thousands of people that have built this already, isn't there? Because it was the sort of dream kit launched, I do believe, at Telford last year. And that's sort of like the piece that I want to, in fact, I'm going to go on top camera. That's the piece that I wanted to do. And my mate Dave again, Davey H, is saying, oh, Mark, I'll tell you who's built that. Nigel's modelling bench, I think it is. And I will shout anybody at me on YouTube because when I tell you what I did last year, I'm waffling again. I'll tell you what I did last year. I looked into percentages because as a streamer, as a YouTuber, you'd think, you know, even in the modelling community, even I am subscribed to well over 50, at least 50 different people. And you'd say, you know, there's literally thousands and thousands of people who are creating content, like myself, for you all to listen to. However, as a percentage terms, and I couldn't believe this, I know it's globally, I'm going to say globally, right? As a percentage terms of viewing figures, the people who create content, I do believe, account for less than 0.0000000, that's 10, No, 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 no. 9. That's 19.1% of the global viewing public who watch TV. See that? TV. Who watch stuff. So even though you might subscribe to literally hundreds of YouTubers who, some of them build, some of them are like me, they'll have a quick look through a kit but then talk about it after it's been built, etc, etc. It's the actual numbers who watch YouTube are minute, okay? So if you've ever fancied doing a channel, fill your boots, join the club. So, Supermarine Spitfire Mark, is that a 4C? ML214, flown by Squadron Leader Johnny Plagis. Number 126, Persian Gulf Squadron, Royal Air Force, Harrowby, Devon, England, July 44, with options for June and December 44. And I can see we've got on this one, it's telling me that this is December 44. Okay, and I'm sure what we got here, this one's December 44. I'm not going to get into the crux of it. I do believe that that's the one that I'm going to do. I've never been a big fan of the green and brown schemes on a Spit. And I did build the 1 in 24, the original Airfix 1 in 24 Spitfire, the Mark VB. And again, there's a video a little bit further down for that one. You also, that's one sheet. I'm not telling you like this, like it's, oh Mark, we're brand new to this, tell us what's in box, mate. Because like I said, there's been literally hundreds of these videos made. There's the clipped wing one, which is from, that's France, early 1945. Okay, that's the French version, that one. There's a location of common stencil data on the back of that. And then yet again another sheet, and that's aircraft flown by Garth Jared, commanding officer 30, oh no, that's United States Army Air Force. That's just not singing for me at all. That's no disrespect to the Americans, Yanks or whatever, but Spitfire for me, Spitfire's a British bird, and always will be. I think that's the same as the Harrier now. When the United States Air Force Marines took the Harrier and sort of, you know, made it their own. Well, you can call it made it your own all you want, but no, it's a British bird. And I'm just going to leave that one there and then just sort of overlap that, and it is pretty much, yeah, it's the same one, but with invasion stripe on. So if that one is from July 44, then this one, City of Winnipeg, Royal Air Force, Kenley, Surrey, 1943. Yeah, same one. Definitely not doing that one. Definitely not doing that one. Okay, and now the instruction book. So I will just pop that to one side. The kit. The book is like an absolute encyclopedia. You get all your normal stuff. Colour call-outs that I'll have to transfer to MRP. And Tamir as well, because they're the Humbrol colours. And then again, I've watched Nigel's video number 1 this afternoon for an hour, just to sort of get a little bit of his knowledge, really, because at the end of the day, I could go into it blind, sort of thing, and then you know you'd be making, it's not cheating, you'd be making mistakes that builders have already made building this. Does that make sense? You might as well tap on other folks' knowledge because it all counts. Don't necessarily mean that you're going to do a better job. It just means that as a community, as a modelling community, we are sharing the knowledge to make it easier for the next person. Okay, you never look down on somebody unless you're helping them up. So the instruction book looks absolutely fantastic. It's definitely better than the old style Airfix. Look at all these parts in red. I'm sure that they're sort of parts that you've already put in. Better than the old Airfix guide of old. I have watched a couple of quick build videos on this particular kit, and I have seen errors. Not that I'm, you know, I've not. No, I said that wrong. I've not seen errors. I've seen people that have posted and they've openly said, "I've made an error here," and that's great. That's great to see. Okay, but engine out, cowling on. Full engine by the looks of it. Can't wait to, I'm not going to say can't wait to make a start, because I can wait to make a start, because I need to get all the correct colours on my paint stash before I even contemplate building this. And the reason for that is, well, it's very obvious. I can be same as everybody else out there. It's like you get to a certain part and you think, oh, I can't wait, that's close enough. What's close enough? And I'm pretty sure down the line there will be a little bit of that's close enough on some parts of it, but still want to make the best job that I can, because, you know, it looks like a really decent kit. I'm going to bring the lid up here so that I can transfer the bits into. This isn't for a brand new release and I'm the first one to say it, because quite obviously I'm not. This is for me to just narrate on what I can see, and first thing I can see on that is an absolute boatload of fantastic detail. I'm not sure if my upper camera is going to pick that out if I just tilt it ever so slightly. So option number 2 is to hold it on that one. Forwards and backwards, I'm sure that you've seen a million videos of this already. Lower wing, coming into the lower fuselage, plastic feels really, really great. It really does, and that detail on there is just fantastic. What a job you've done there, Airfix. Superb. Now again, if you have built this kit and you know, oh, this, you don't know what you're talking about, Mark. Well, you know, let me have a go. Upper wing detail again looks great. There are some sort of like dark lines. I don't know what they are. It's almost like where the plastic sort of not deformed. Well, I don't know how to describe it. It's all right. I'm pretty sure it'll be all right once I've started knocking it together. And on that one we're looking there and getting all the compartments for the gun, for the bullets and what have you, and then underneath again a little bit of detail in there as well for wheel wells. And it's nice to see that these parts are just sort of like separated with this little piece of brown paper. It'll do for me. Okay, I'm not one of those building arseholes that has to, there's a lot of people, I'm just a normal regular bloke, right? There's a lot of people who will look through a kit and not just sort of like cover the conversation topic of, oh, this don't look right, or, you know, oh, that's a bit of a surprise. They will actively seek it out. Does that make sense? They are particularly looking, actively seeking out areas that they can criticise because they are so demanding on the quality of the plastic, the kit, the da-di-da. I do get it to a certain extent, but wind your neck in, you know, the amount of money and research, time and effort that goes into producing one of these kits, I'm sure is quite phenomenal, and they do the best for the time. Look at the kits that you've got in your stash. You know, you stash people that have got 5,000 kits, and I do know one in particular. That looks really gorgeous, does that? And he'll say, oh, you know, I've just built this kit. It was from 1973, and I think, yeah, oh, I bet you have. not for me. So moulds and one thing or another, they are developing all the time, and I'm pretty sure in 20 years time, when I'm slightly older than what I am now, again we'll be saying, oh, can you remember when that no air fixed Spitfire came out and we were all raving about it, and look at what we've got now. Well, you know, build what you've got. Don't actively seek out areas that they could improve on. Just deal with it as a model builder. Otherwise, go and set your own plastic injection moulding, global, worldwide, UK renowned company up, and you have a go. Bitching at her. So, clear parts. Am I going to get any problems with clear parts? I hate clear parts. I'm not the best at clear parts. Although I did get from Bolton some of the fine compound. I don't like how that bit's literally, well, I was going to say hanging off. It's not hanging off, it's fallen off. And there is a seam line across there. Not bitching, it'll polish out, it's not a problem. Okay, let's just remove these little bits of plastic. In fact, I'm not going to throw them away because stuff like that comes in handy. Gypsy. No, that's derogatory to the gypsy community. I do apologise. Hoarder. Is there a hoarding community? I'm not apologising for that because that's what I am. Nice clear parts apart from that little bit of a seam. Front glazing looks absolutely sound. The back canopy looks all alright. And it's nice to see that there's also loads and loads of different clear parts on this sprue. Apart from your normal nav lights, they're all sort of like interior things in there as well. That's going back in the bag, and that will not be coming out until much later on. I want to keep it in the bag so things don't get lost and scuffed and scratched, etc, etc. Anyway, how you doing? Are you all alright? And a shout out as well to my mate Bob in Illinois. Alright, Bob, hope you're alright, mate. Let's have a look in this one. What am I getting in here? It's do you know what, £80. There's different kinds of things. There's £80 for a kit and you'd go, not worth it. Well, £80 for a night, £80 won't even get you a night out round Leeds. Nowhere near these days. 80 quid, and this is going to take me longer than one night. Lots of parts on this particular sprue. Is it numbered? I do want to see if it, and it should be. Well, I'm hoping it. Oh, it is there, massive in front of me, chuffing face there. Look, F. You see, I'll hold it up to that one. Does it jump out at you? Right. Does it? Where am I looking here? Right there. F. Parts. Some are tiny. Some are quite alright. All looks really nicely moulded though. I'm smiling because it looks really cool. It's really whetting my appetite now is this one, because this is actually the first time that I've had this out. And I was talking to Dave the other night, and I said, I've not even opened it yet, Dave. Not even opened it, mate. It's because I'm on with that bloody Phantom trying to work out where I can get exhaust from. I'll tell you what, I did build the Italieri Tornado, didn't I, last year, and the detail on that with the rivets is not too dissimilar to the detail on this one. Lots and lots of intricate, tiny little holes and details and rivets and one thing and another. And you can see now on Nigel's, one of Nigel's videos, he did say, oh, it'll not be long before Edward bring a set out and so and so and so and so, and that's brilliant. Not for me. Brilliant that somebody else has done work, that Nigel's obviously acknowledged that that's the possibility of what will happen, because I've got enough going off in my life without having to worry about that. But like I said, I do follow people myself, and I love their content, which is why I subscribe to them. And if they're going to come out with pieces of information, then that'll do for me. I'll tell you what I'm looking for. Do you know what? I thought it was chuffing missing then. Deckle sheet, it's not. Dave's a rat bag and he's put it right down to the bottom. Oh, pack the bag as well. I always pack the bag just to make sure that there's no sort of missing parts of it. Did you watch that video that were on that showed you this guy had gone round the Airfix manufacturing process and they sort of like hold it up, don't they, to a, well, they lay it on a light green sort of sprue guide to show where there's potentially any parts missing. For me, and don't forget, you know, I don't build sort of like no releases. This is like a Christmas sort of release for me. I haven't got the money to keep going out and buying 100 and odd quid kit. So this when I see detail on this, I go, whoa, yeah, that looks fantastic. And I'm sure that there's people out there that only build sort of Zukis and one thing or another, and they go, yeah, average at best. Well, from my point of view, from the chair that I'm sat in, this looks absolutely fantastic. Really, really does. Really does. At this stage, I'm not really that fussed about sink marks and one thing and another, because I'm not doing an inbox review. I'm just trying to sort of convey how giddy I am at having the opportunity to have a stab at this. That's the message I'm trying to get across. Yeah, there's a couple of ejector pin marks in, but I've not looked at the actual build sequence of it, not fully anyway, so I can't say yay or nay whether they actually matter or not, because some of them are probably hidden. How long have I been going? 42 minutes. I'm really sorry. 42 minutes. And there's another 2 sprues as well. Oh, I need to have a look at this one. Listen, if you're fed up with my voice already, they'll have to turn off. And, you know, go and watch Plasma or something. This is engine, and I'm really trying not to swear on my videos. I've been saying that since this time last year, but holy shit the bed. Holy shit the bed. This looks... body language says a lot, doesn't it? And I'm not a big smiler, but this is really, really making me really excited to build it. Some of these parts, some of the parts with the detail on it, I'm not going to even insult anybody's intelligence by pointing at something and saying the radiator or the magneto or whatever, because I ain't got a chuffing clue. These are parts on a sprue for me, but parts on a sprue look pretty good. They do look pretty good. Dave Housecroft, thank you very much for not twisting my arm, because I'd sort of 99% made my mind up. Like I said, it was just a matter of when I was going to pull the trigger, not if. It was just a matter of when. And you know, Dave's sort of like, well, he's pulled the trigger for me, hasn't he? He's pulled it for me, as lad. Surface detail. Yeah, now I know that Nige has painted his with Tamiya paint, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that at all. Not in the slightest. Tamiya paint is a great paint. I'm just taking a couple of these knobs off while I'm chatting. Tamiya paint's a great paint. Tamiya lacquer, a great paint. However, again, if you've watched my stuff before, you'll know that this will be getting painted in MRP, because and again, the people that have used MRP will go, yeah, you're too goddamn right, it will. It's going to be difficult for you to see any kind of detail on that camera, and possibly, where is my camera on this one? Even less on that one. I don't have some fantastic recording equipment. I've basically got 2 phones. And although the adverts say 129 billion trillion pixel thingamajiggers, actually when it comes to this, it might as well be a Kodak 110. Can you remember them from back in the day? Last sprue, I'm not going to open it, I'm just looking. That's props and front spinner, cowling, engine cowling, down again. I am actually going to enjoy watching Nigel's videos even more now. Not that I want to big Nigel, I don't need to big that fella up. He's big enough, alright Nigel. But once I've started watching it this afternoon, you sort of get a taste. Paul Radcliffe knows. He used to open the box on the bus on the way back home and put the fuselage sides together to see how big it was. Didn't you, Paul? And that was only last week. So now I've watched, pardon me, now that's the chicken and chips. So now I've watched the Nigel, well, part 1. Now I've watched Nigel part 1. And now I've been through and had a look at what is waiting on the other side of Phantom. I was going to say on the video, how long have I been going? 46 minutes. I was going to say, has anybody got any idea on what I ought to build next? Here's my choices. But I think I've just made my mind up, boys and girls, because that looks absolutely stunning. Decal sheet, beautiful. So across the top you've got instrument panel. Then you've got along your wings, walkway forward and walkway inboard, that kind of thing. That's sort of these black lines here. Then you've got your roundels, which have got 0 carrier film on, I can tell. Oh, there's a Popeye there. I bet he's for that American version, god damn it. Some fantastic letters. A little bit of call out. I'm just sort of angling my head. But on the individual letters, there's none. The stars and I think that's a World War II blue star. This one. Keep looking up because that's where my other camera is. But yeah, lovely, nice. All look really, really nice. And I think that these look like individual letters. You know, if it was sort of like these two together, there'd be a load of carrier film inside there. But these are individual decals by look of it. I haven't got that far into anybody's build sequence to say whether they are or they're not. And I kind of like that. Does that make sense? I kind of like not knowing, walking into the unknown. I do want to cheat a little bit, just to see if there's any infractions in the kit. Go to sleep, my baby, go to sleep. I do want to see if there's any sort of like things that I definitely need to know on. Not every kit is perfect, I get that, but suck it up, buttercup. All right. Somebody's obviously spent a lot of time and effort into making a kit for us to build. Okay, so even though it's you get some categories of people that will say that they're like me, I'm just literally grateful for breathing and being able to sit in here talking to people on social media. And I'm one of them that says it's just a hobby, enjoy the hobby. The Phantom will be coming to my work as soon as I get them cans sorted, and I'll be sort of taking it to show my boss Martin that supports club and letting him drool over it for half an hour. And that's me showing off skill that I've acquired over the last 7 years. And I'm very much just it's a hobby kind of a builder. And then you'll get, like I said, you'll get the ones that are actively seeking out and critiquing areas that can be overcome really with a sanding stick and a little bit of common knowledge really. Okay. So that's where we're up to. How long have I been going? 50 minutes. Oh, I'm really sorry. Phantom, nearly done. Kits for Kids, beep, Just Giving, £1, 5, 10. That's my number one this year. And once you've given, I get an email saying so-and-so's just given, and you get a fantastic, I'm not even going to say automated reply, because it's not. Every single person that donates, I sit and I reply genuinely from my heart and say, you are an absolute legend, thank you ever so much. And then I add a personal thing onto that as well, just to tell you how much it means to Kits for Kids Project 2023, and from me as well. Okay, Phantom, Kits for Kids, Spitfire, bench is empty. Wish me luck. MRP, I need some of that. And then I need to watch about 40 hours worth of videos by the looks of it. Taking enough of your time up. Listen, enjoy. Don't forget to buy something for Valentine's Day. When is it? Tuesday. See you later.